worst times in my life have a common theme. Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. I was so young, why should I feel so bad and strange? If these are the good people, why do they judge you straight away? They let me in my room, I dreaded to have to go. At my first chance, I stepped on his hand behind the door. Some of the worst times in my life have a common theme. Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. In my life have a common theme. Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. Hanging around the church kids was the worst of times for me. Talk about why I stepped on that kid's hand. We were only kids, but I won't say I didn't understand. As the pastor's son, they treated him just like gold. I didn't know anyone, I was young and all alone. Some of the worst times in my life have a common theme. Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. I was so young, why should I feel so bad and strange? If these are the good people, why do they judge you straight away? They let me in the room, I dreaded to have to go. At my first chance, I stepped on his hand behind the door. Some of the worst times in my life have a common theme. Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. Some of the worst times in my life have a common theme. Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. church kids were the worst of times for me. Hanging around the church kids was the worst of times for me. Talk about why I stepped on that kid's hand. We were only kids, but I won't say I didn't understand. As the pastor's son, they treated him just like home. I didn't know anyone, I was young and not alone. Some of the worst times in my life had a common theme. Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. So young, why should I feel so bad and strange? If these are the good people, why do they judge us straight away? They let me in the room, I'm dreading to have to go. At my first chance, I stepped on his hand behind the door. Some of the worst times in my life have a common theme. Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. Church kids were Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. Church kids were the worst of times for me. Around the church kids were the worst of times for me. Around the church kids was the worst of times for me. Just let go. I didn't know what I was running alone. Some of the worst times in my life have become thing. I don't know the church kids were the worst of times for me. So young, why should I feel so very strange? If these are the good people, I'll do the judges straight away. Then let me in my dreams to go. At my first chance, I stepped on his hand behind the door. Some of the worst times in my life have become thing. Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. Some of the worst times in my life have a common theme. Hang around the church kids were the worst of times for me. Hang around the church kids were the worst of times for me. Hang around the church kids was the worst of times for me. Talk about why I stepped on that kid's hand. We were only kids, but I won't say I didn't understand. As the pastor's son, they treated him just like gold. I didn't know anyone, I was young and all alone. Some of the worst times in my life have a common theme. Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. I was so young, why should I feel so bad and strange? If these are the good people, why do the judges straight away? They let me in the room, I dreaded to have to go. At my first chance, I stepped on his hand behind the door. Some of the worst times in my life have a common theme. Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. Some of the worst times in my life have a common theme. Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. Hanging around the church kids was the worst of times for me.
Hey, Felix. Doing some recording today on cabling some cables. Just gonna do a feedback track on this song. So So let's see, we've got the large diaphragm condenser, which is a Michael Jolie modded Hulk. So that's going to grab the room a little bit. We can even go back a little bit further because it's going to be loud. Then I got the SM57 right up on the grill. So we'll pick a couple tracks that are open, 5 and 6. So I'm going to grab 5. And on the Tascam Model 24, I kind of know where the gain's going to want to be. I'm going to need phantom power, which is fine because I don't have a ribbon mic right now. Put some compression on it. Definitely do the low cut. Bring that down. We'll do the phantom power right now. Woo! If I had a ribbon mic, that'd be a big deal, but I don't have any ribbon mics. So I wish I did. I'd be using a ribbon mic right now if I did. Now the SM57 right on the grill. We're going to grab that. That's already in channel 1. We're going to put it in channel 6. Channel 6. More gain. Definitely more gain because it's a dynamic mic. Some compression. The 1-knob compressor. Definitely do the low cut. Over to live. Fader down. All right. All right. I'm already picking them up. And I'm probably pretty happy with that, even though I haven't heard it yet. What we're going to do, we're going to play that song. You know what? We're going to get a lot of bleed from the monitors into the large diaphragm condenser. I'm fine with that. I'll work with the bleed. It's like a room bleed. Using the Epiphone Casino because it's pretty much guaranteed to get me feedback. All right, let's just... I got to roll back, though, because the feedback starts before the song. So the song starts right at 1. Well, kind of. 1 minute and 2 seconds. So I actually got I got to go back about 30 seconds to be ready. So let's just do that. We'll do 30 seconds. I'm going to arm, I'm doing 4 and 5 or 5 and 6? 4 and 5. I better check my card. Ooh, that was close. Almost erased my vocal. My number 4 is my vocal, so that was almost a bad thing. So let's put the large diaphragm condenser over in 6. Same settings, lots of gain, compression, low cut on, live, down. 4 will bring the vocal back up so we can hear the dang thing. It's probably good. Hitting the phantom. Here we go. Let's turn the thing down here real quick. Hitting the phantom. Okay, we'll put the monitors back up. You can see how sensitive that mic is from over here. Actually, both mics, I'm getting action from both mics. Let's just try it. So I'm going to have to go all the way over there and I'm going to have to hit record here, go all the way over there, get that guitar plugged in and do it, but we'll do it. All right, we're going to do one. We're going to try to get some, you imagine if I did it in 1? Church Kids distortion in 1. Let's try it out. Arming 5 and 6 for record. Here we go. I gotta get that feedback going like now because it's coming. All right. Let's see what we got there. Hey, we got JDMT just doing my thing. 6657 in the chat. And JDMT just doing my thing is a daily music history channel. So search him up, like and subscribe. JDMT just doing my thing. All right, this thing's still squealing. That's what you get with a hollow body. Let's try to. All right, that should be fine. All right, let's see what that did. Of course, I didn't test any levels. I just let her roll. So let's go back. Let's hear that all together. Oh, I actually got to go back further because I started it further, and we got to change this to multi-track. I'm going to turn the fan power off too because I don't need it right now. I love that snap. All right, let's see what this does. It'll take a minute for them guitars to kick in. Come on. Here we go. Must have started later than I thought I did. 47 seconds. Here we go. So the feedback sounds how I wanted it to. Church kids were the worst of times for me. I was so young, I'm sure I feel so bad and strange. If these are the good people, why do they judge you straight away? They let me in the room, I dreaded to have to go. At my first chance, I stepped on his hand behind the door. Some of the worst times in my life have a common theme. Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. Pull the bass out of that vocal. Some of the worst times in my life have a common theme. Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. Hanging around the church kids were the worst of times for me. Hanging around the church kids was the worst of times for me. Yeah, so I went with the Epiphone Casino because I knew being semi-hollow body, it would squeal like a pig. And the Tone Master, I just knew that the rat and the custom wah that I've got on here right now, I knew the two things together would put me in the ballpark. I don't love the feedback I got just now. I'd rather maybe use the Russian Big Muff, which I can show you over here. I may redo the feedback or add to the feedback with the Russian Big Muff. I'm looking for more, I don't know. I guess I'm looking for, I don't know that it'll bring the frequency down. Like that, some of that was a little high pitched. I don't know. I just have a feeling this may get me closer to the feedback I have in my head. May have to rent a stage. May have to rent a Russian opera house and get it all mic'd up. $20,000. Security, catering, mic it up, the Russian opera house, record my feedback for 3 minutes, pay the $20,000 and be done with it. Now I think that's close though. That's close to what I wanted. But I think that green Russian muff may get me closer, so I may do another pass there. Just show you this Ottawa thing that I used. See if I can get this thing down more. Yeah, all right. Custom wah right here. Just says wah custom. I don't really know what it is. Something the Fender Tone Master Pro included. And I know between, let's get out of here. If I turn the rat on and this, it's going to feel, well, the guitar is hooked up. It's still hooked up. I should be able to get this feedback. Felix says, I hear what you're trying to do now. It's working out really well. Yeah, you know, though, Felix, I wanted more like a live on stage feedback. So I'm going to have to play a little bit. Let's hear the rodent. Let's hear the custom wah. Okay, so it's not doing it, but it will if I just give her a little bit of... That's pretty harsh, though. Let's, Ooh, I had the treble crank, too. I just noticed all the knobs are cranked on my amp. My amp tumbled out of my van the other night when I brought it out. It's fine. It's perfectly... There's not a mark on it, but the knobs are all messed up. Anyway, so that was some working away this morning. I'm going to keep working. Some of these lives are going to be really boring because I am just going to be literally working, like writing stuff down and moving cables, which is boring as heck for you guys. But if you want to watch my lives, I invite you to join Fly on the Wall stuff. Come and go as you please. Hey, thanks for joining me, everybody. Thank you. VA3JPX. Felix, as always, who always checks out the lives lately. And JDMT, just doing my thing. 6657 for all your daily music news and history. Go check him out. I don't think YouTube's going to let you just click on him. I don't think. You're going to have to search JDMT, just doing my thing. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'll be back probably in a little bit. I gotta sort this rack out. Look at this messy rack. Little problem area here. I'm not bending down to use my knees, so I gotta like feng shui this, which is the Chinese art of pretending moving stuff affects your health in any way. I gotta get these into here and some of this into there and just, I don't know. What am I gonna do? Bend down and use my knees? I don't think so. Not at this age. All right. See you later, everybody. Like and subscribe if you dang well feel like it. I've been Johnny Knoxville, and this is how to record feedback on my song. All right. Thanks for watching.